What's going on, guys? I know what I said in the last video, and that was that I'd be in that location again, but some stuff happened at my mom's house and I'm not able to film there right now, so just bear with me on that. It's also No Shave November and I am looking just rather rough, if you could say. This is probably like 2 weeks worth of not shaving, so clearly I don't really do much in that department, but I try. And number 3, I just passed like 330 subscribers and I really appreciate it. I don't know if you guys know that. Every video I put out, every comment I read, and all the likes and the interaction with you guys, man, it just really shows that the work you put in, you really get out. And I just kind of wanted to say thank you for that. So, on to today's video. It's not like a story time or any experience that I've been in, but it's more like informational. It's about sex, but that's because so far on my channel, that's a lot of what you've seen. You've heard and seen stuff similar to it or about it on my channel, so I figure I might as well just talk directly about it. Let's talk about sex. I know what you guys are thinking, and you're it's probably like, Kevin, you make sex sound so like a joke and like fun and all this and that. And it is fun. It is fun to a certain degree. But I'm not a serious type of YouTuber or anything like that. I'm just a guy that just shares his life experiences with the internet and just likes doing that. But this is a serious type of matter. This is real life stuff. I feel the need to make this video because I'm going to continue to make story times and more experiences. I have countless experiences and stuff that I'm going to upload to you guys, and I just want everybody to know that I'm not like a sexual role model or a role model for sex by any means. That's not something that should be glorified or anything like that. Number 1, you should always wear condoms and practice safe sex. Now, if you're a guy, wear a condom. If you're a girl, make sure the guy is wearing a condom. It is so important. You can prevent children by wearing it. You can prevent the spread of sexually transmitted diseases with condoms. It's an extra sense of trust that you have while you're doing something that is very risky. That's the best thing. You're doing something risky, so you want to have sort of a plan or like a sorts of protection. To emphasize on the kids' point, they're expensive as fuck. I don't think a lot of people realize it. They think, oh, I could just get a job, oh, I could just live with my parents and my parents help take care of it. No, that's not the case, because mommy and daddy aren't always going to be there. Your aunt and uncle aren't going to be there. Your grandma and grandpa aren't always going to be there. They have stuff to do themselves. Why do they have to take care of your responsibility? Like, yeah, every now and then they might want to help out, see their grandson, see their great-grandkid, whatever, The child is yours. It is your son, your daughter, and you have to feed it. You have to clothe it, bathe it, house it, All that stuff is really, really important. That's life. Doing that, it's a grown-up decision to have sex. You need to be responsible enough to either take care of that child and yourself also, because without you, that child literally can't do anything. So just want to emphasize the importance of condoms and ladies, even birth control too, but that's only if you're sexually active. Number 2, make sure you're doing that stuff with the right person, not just some chick or some dude that you met at a party that one time with your homies that one time. I've made that mistake, a lot of times in my life, and do I regret it? Yes, I think about it all the time. Like, what special moments could I have back if I would have just had some self-control? I'm not saying that it was like a disease or it was like I was like addicted, but I definitely had a problem that I knew, and it was addressed to me countless times, but I just didn't think anything of it. It haunts me, man. You know, I wish I had certain things back because I felt like they were a waste. You know, does that make sense? Plus, if you do it with someone that you trust, that you really know, like, you know, and that you feel comfortable with, you can kind of also have that trust in them that they'll be there in case something does go wrong. They'll help you. If something happens that's unexpected, they will be there for you, to talk to you, to hold you, to be there with you and trust you and stuff like that. So that's kind of just why I emphasize that, because it is so important to know who you're doing what with. Number 3, this definitely jumps back to some of what I said in the first point. You should definitely talk to your parents or even a counselor or, you know, those sort of things about sex. They know more than you about sex, and I wish I had done this with somebody other than just my parents, because I think my parents are a little bit biased in that situation. So if you get like a teacher or something like that, that's like common ground. That's like, they'll meet you in the middle, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but in my head that is, so I'm just gonna say that. But anyways, they'll also have a different perspective than your parents. So it's not just, you know, one side of the story. You might get 2, 3, 4 different perspectives. You never know. Your parents, however, do love you and care about you and whatever. So if you do talk to them, they'll give you good advice. They will give you good input, you know. And if you feel that they don't, talk to someone else. That's what I mean when I say talk to somebody else. If you still have further questions, if you still have concerns, or if you want to just emphasize a point that they made, then go right ahead. Speak to somebody. That's what they're there for. A doctor is also good because they know like the scientific and biological things that go on in sexual activity, how the female male body works and stuff like that. So they can also help grow your knowledge, if that makes sense.
Knowledge.
This video is not meant to be funny. This is meant to be serious. I know I'm just kind of a funny, awkward type, yet not awkward. See, that shit was awkward right there. That was awkward. I just don't want people to make the same mistakes I did and have it negatively affect them in any way possible. I also don't want to just be looked at as some horny, sexual 20-year-old kid that only thinks about sex and is this just horny, aggressive fuck. Like, cause that's not who I am. I'm a much different person. You know, that's not all I do. I do work a regular job. I do play video games. I do play basketball. I go to the movies. You know, I do all that stuff. You know, and that's not all my life has been is just sex. Like, no, I do, yeah, I had a lot of stories and I still do about stuff that went on, but that's not all I want to be looked at and remembered for and judged as and whatever. I'm an adult and I have responsibilities, and I just want everyone to be aware of the consequences and dangers that sex may have and impact your life. So, you know, I'm not preaching, or I'm not supposed to be some motivational speaker, but I'm just trying to help in a positive way and give my knowledge that I have to you guys and to other people, you know, that may not subscribe to me, that may not know who the fuck I am, because not a lot of people do know who the fuck I am. But for those that are watching this video, I just want this to be a positive message to everyone. Alright guys, that wraps up the video. If you did make it to the end, go ahead, leave me a like. Also leave me a comment down below with your kind of opinions, or even just a random question you might want to ask me. I'll be sure to read all of them like I do, and I mostly comment back, so you know, feel free to look over and over. And also subscribe to me. Follow me on all my social medias. That's a good way to get in touch with me. I don't have a huge following on any of them really, so just go right ahead and do that. I will definitely read comments, see who's following me, who wants to follow me, you know, stuff like that. So thanks again guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week.
knowledge.